Welcome back, Toy Mention fans of Toy Mention Life. This is your host, Jimbo, and today I'm going to be running my mouth pretty much about why I prefer to sell loose figurines over box figurines. I get there's nostalgia for box collecting and stuff. I do collect certain things of a value and I keep them up or whatever, but the reason I sell loose figures is because I like to open my stuff, could be a review or just an unboxing type video, then I display, play with them, do fight scenes, all that fancy stuff too or whatever, and I enjoy my figurine. You can display them differently, you can change your poses, take accessories away, put accessories on, enjoy your time with them too. So for example, right now I have a Lord Zed which is sold on eBay, and I picked him up probably about $22, I believe, around the time he first came out. So I sold him for $18, 18 plus the shipping and stuff, right? So I bag everything up, right? So it's all there. I have his little extra hand here. I have his little grenade bomb thing to make the creatures grow. His lightning effect. And I want to apologize real quick about the lighting going on here. I'm working on a light system for my little display back here to brighten it up a little bit, so that'll be another project for me later on too. So I got a staff here, the Lord Zed staff, and I always loved this character too, for one, because he was one of the original American versions of the Power Rangers. So they created them. America made this instead of stealing it from Super Sentai, so which is nice. And he's a good figure, and he has his other hand. So I know I don't have the actual package, right? But I have it all here in a bag. I have it labeled and stuff too, just so I can find it, put everything back together. And if I want to pose them, change them up for a fight scene or something like that too, right? I just come here, switch something out, switch a hand out, just to make them look good, right? So I benefit from them, right? I enjoyed them. I had them around for a while. Then it's time to move them on to somebody else, somebody hopefully a really good home. So I'm excited to let him go. But the biggest reason is if you get a box, right, and it's damaged, aren't you disappointed? If you get a loose figure, you know what you're expecting. You can take better pictures. You can tell what is wrong with the item itself. We'll say if his knees broke, which this one isn't. Say if his knees broke or something like that, or it's a tight bend, you can take a picture, zoom in on eBay, and you're fine. The customer is aware of what is wrong, what's damaged on it, what the paint failures are. Because most figurines in the package, you can't see the back or anything like this. So you can take more detailed pictures. So one of the biggest ones too is actually shipping. So if I have a cheaper figurine, you wrap them up, make sure everything's there. I take the bag, get the air out a little bit, and I wrap the hell out of it in bubble wrap, right? Then you can take an envelope, right? I only do this on cheaper toys, cheaper loose figures, right? And stick it in here. Play with them a little bit. Feels good. It's not gonna get crushed or anything. Good. A cheaper way to mail it out, right? Or you can take a box. Yes, you can put an actual box in here, but the box that he comes in, 8 inches tall, maybe a little bigger, is not going to fit in here. This is a 6x6, right? He fits in here perfectly, right? Also, you can trim down your boxes in tape, right? So when you do that, you actually dents in it a little bit where it's easier and cheaper to send off. So sometimes you get a better deal on your shipping and stuff like that too. So nice little tip, right? And a lot of people don't. They're just like, I'm kind of lazy. I don't like doing all the tape work and stuff like that too. But for me to save a few cents, a few dollars even, especially on heavier stuff, because I put coffee mugs and everything in the 6x6 real easy. So, but loose figures, they're padded in there really well. I put a little powdering in there. So like I said, he's close to a $20 toy. He's definitely getting a box. So yeah, it's simple like that. You get to enjoy it, and it's cheaper in the long run. Yes, $22 out of $18, right? Give or take. I lost a few dollars. But like I said, I enjoyed him over time. I enjoyed the nostalgia of collecting him, playing with him, putting him with my set, posing with other Power Ranger characters and stuff, the monsters he's created, stuff like that too. I use them as clips and stuff. I am Lord Zed. Identify yourself. I did some really cool like little video clips here and there, which are still gonna be posted here pretty soon, but just of the character. So, for one, cheaper shipping. Two, you can take better detailed photos of what you're selling, the details, the flaws, all that fancy stuff with it too, right? And the biggest thing is you want to keep your customer happy. And the customer sees what's going on, they know what to expect. If you get a box coming in, brand new box, right? And sometimes eBay will take the buyer side. So if I send a box out, right? It magically gets damaged. Sometimes they're gonna want refunds. Or if they open the package and they open it out of the toy box, like the actual figurines box, right? And we'll say his hand broke off or something, right? Well, guess what? You might be responsible for that too. I hate to say it like that too, because you're the last one to actually hold it. So it's a good idea just to sell loose stuff. And also another thing too is if you collect and stuff like that too, and you have a bunch of stuff you don't want, a bunch of stuff. Say if I have a bunch of Power Ranger stuff, I just want it gone. Sell it in a lot. Sell them all together. And you can put your price up there, get a bigger box. And I would still, separate everything, bag it and everything, bag it, tag it pretty much, and send it all off in a bigger box, which will be cheaper instead of selling or shipping in smaller boxes and stuff too. Like I said, so if you're gonna do smaller boxes, condense it, make it a little smaller. Try to keep it as light as possible. But also, when you rattle your box around, you don't want to hear your product bouncing around either too, because you don't know what the post office guys are gonna do. So, but also, like I said, you can sell your stuff in bulk and get better money, and you're also cleaning your space a little bit too. So, and real quick, I just want to show off this little guy, this little keychain. So I was obsessed with Borderlands 3. I loved the Borderlands 2 game. It was so much fun. I enjoyed it. But I got this guy probably for like, I don't know, maybe $9, $7 when Borderlands 3 came out. And that was years ago. I believe it was during or right before the pandemic hit or something like that. So I had this guy for a while. I even have a claptrap back here. So, but his price is outrageous right now. So anyways, so this guy I advertised, remember it's open. Keychains are open figures, so this is probably a bad example. But anyways, I advertise used, right? Just like I do used. So, but like I said, I take detailed pictures. Even on these guys, I take detailed pictures too. Very light, easy sellable. Sold them for $7.99, $8.99, something like that too, right? Very little guy. So instead of putting him in a box, I'm gonna put a little bit of bubble wrap and stuff around it too. And you can take a smaller envelope, right? Put them in there. Just an example. Boom. And ship it. I wouldn't say regular mail. Always have a tracking number. Tracking numbers will save your butt. So, very nice. So, I probably lost $1 on over time, but I enjoy the nostalgia of having him, which is fun. But he's a loose figure. He's just a bonus I threw in here. But like I said, see, there is benefits and perks of just selling loose figures. The biggest thing is you got to enjoy him. You got to have fun. You got to tell your story about him. Do your YouTube video like I did. Actually, I should post his video up soon too. So, but yes, he was a great character and stuff like that too. And that's how I sell 90% of my stuff on my Toy Mention eBay site. So it's just easier for me and more convenient. So I get to enjoy the product, and once I get burned out or just over time, it's time to move on or find a new home, take detailed pictures, right? Very good detailed pictures. Make sure you put stuff in the description telling the flaws and stuff. Also recommend to look in the photos, circle the flaws and stuff. You can do that on open figures. If it's missing something, it's missing something. But if you have a brand new box, guess what? The box can be damaged. Something can happen to the figure from the factory, but somehow it'll be your fault. You know how life is, right? So life is not fair sometimes. But just a little yapping, running my mouth kind of thing about eBay stuff. But any tips down below, let me know. Till next time, kiddies. Till next time.